Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into something absolutely wild. We're analyzing one of nature's ultimate masterpieces of survival, a literal, living, breathing, optical illusion. We're going to decode the specific Namath Marti, that's the visual pattern, of the snow leopard, and see exactly how this magnificent creature dominates some of the most extreme environments on our planet through the pure genius of its design.
So ask yourself this: how do you hide in plain sight on the roof of the world? Really picture the challenge here. You're a large, warm-blooded predator trying to make a living in a completely barren, high-altitude landscape. There are no lush forests to dart into, right? There's no tall savanna grass to belly crawl through. You are completely exposed on these sheer, unforgiving rock faces and bright white snow. Every single move you make is a massive risk. And your prey? Well, they're incredibly vigilant. So, how do you just disappear?
Well, just look at the absolute confidence in this snow leopard's posture. And honestly, that confidence is 100% earned because this animal's survival relies entirely on its highly specific Namath Marti. Without this insanely complex camouflage, this apex predator would literally starve. Its camouflage isn't just a cool physical feature, it is the absolute foundation of its existence up in the mountains.
Okay, Section 1. The Mountain Ghost. An apex predator in a harsh world.
Take a look at this brutal environment. We're talking about a landscape totally defined by jagged rocks, deep, sharp shadows cast by that intense, high-altitude sun, and blindingly bright patches of snow. There is an absolute lack of tree cover. The textures are rough, erratic, and chaotic. To survive here, a predator absolutely cannot stand out against this chaos. It literally has to become a part of it.
Section 2. Analyzing the visual pattern. Decoding the Namath Marti.
So the real trick here is understanding the specific shape of the spots we're looking at. They're called rosettes. Basically, a rosette is a dark, rose-like marking on a feline's fur. Now, unlike the solid spots you'd see on, say, a cheetah, these are actually broken rings, and their fundamental biological job is to break up the solid outline of the animal's body. See, when prey is scanning the rocks, their brains are hardwired to look for the solid, recognizable silhouette of a predator. These rosettes completely shatter that outline, essentially tricking the prey's brain into seeing nothing but a random collection of shadows and stones.
And notice how the pattern actually shifts across the leopard's body. Direct your eyes right to the heavy rosettes on the flanks, those big, broken, irregular circles. But then follow the legs down or check out the face. The pattern smoothly transitions into much smaller, solid spots. This is definitely not random. It perfectly maps to the different contours of the animal's body, which means that no matter what angle the sun hits it from, its silhouette remains completely disrupted.
This camouflage pulls off its magic using a very specific three-part color palette. First up, you've got a smoky gray base coat covering the back and sides. Second, a yellowish-tinged white underbelly. And finally, the deep, dark charcoal of the rosettes and spots themselves. That specific combo? It is nature's ultimate high-altitude camouflage kit.
Section 3. Masters of Camouflage, blending into the background.
Let's break this down. Over on the left, we've got the leopard's coat, smoky gray, white, and charcoal. Now look at the right, the mountain environment, with its snow patches, jagged gray rocks, and deep, dark shadows hiding in the crevices. Every single element of the leopard's fur has a direct counterpart out in the wild. The gray matches the stone perfectly, the white underbelly mimics the snow patches and actually helps cancel out the animal's own shadow underneath it. And those charcoal rosettes perfectly replicate the deep fissures and shadows between the rocks. It is honestly like an evolutionary cheat code.
You can see how the micro pattern of the fur basically mirrors the macro environment of the mountains. The cat is quite literally a living reflection of the rocky peaks behind it. Honestly, if this leopard were to just close its eyes and lay flat against that rocky outcrop, it would effectively vanish. It's this stunning visual mimicry that lets them ambush prey that has absolutely nowhere to run.
Moving to Section 4. Designed for survival. Form follows function in the high altitudes.
It's not just the visual pattern, though. Every single physical trait serves a vital survival function here. First, notice the incredibly thick fur. It's densely packed with thousands of hairs per square inch just to protect its vital organs from freezing temperatures. Second, it has these massive, heavily padded paws that act like built-in snowshoes to distribute its weight and give it insane grip on sheer rock faces. And third, even though we only see a bit of it here, notice that incredibly long, thick tail. Guide your eyes down to the bottom left for a second. The sheer size of those massive front paws gives it ultimate stability on the rock. Now, glance over to the right. See that plush tail wrapping securely around the base of the stone? That tail is almost as long as the leopard's entire body.
They use it as a dynamic counterbalance when making these crazy leaps across treacherous chasms. And get this, they even wrap it around their faces like a built-in scarf when they're sleeping in the bitter cold. So when you put it all together, the perfectly engineered Namamoth morphe that shatters its outline, the colors that seamlessly mirror the stone and snow, that super thick fur, those massive gripping paws, and that multi-purpose balancing tail, you realize this isn't just an animal living in the mountains. This creature is a flawless evolutionary puzzle piece designed specifically for this exact habitat. It truly is the undisputed master of its domain. And now that you understand the mechanics behind its visual pattern, those rosettes, and all its incredible structural adaptations, the true majesty of this creature really shines through, doesn't it? You are basically witnessing millions of years of evolutionary perfection. The mountain ghost, perfectly equipped to thrive in a place where almost nothing else can.
But I do want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. We've just seen how perfectly this animal is tuned to the specific colors and textures of these snow-capped rocky peaks. But as global climates shift and these harsh, snowy environments begin to fundamentally change, altering the very canvas this animal relies on, will the perfect visual camouflage of the mountain ghost still be enough to protect it? It's a tough question, and one that really challenges the delicate balance of this extreme ecosystem. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. And hey, keep asking questions.